Good evening, everyone. I welcome all the participants to this webinar. And in today's webinar, we are going to see introduction about Azure DevOps. And our speaker for today is Mr. Sourav Saha, sir. He is a DevOps. He's working as a DevOps engineer at QBA Worldwide, and he has over 6.5 years of experience in the IT industry. He has more than 15 cloud certifications, and he has also worked as a recruiter. I extend a warm welcome on behalf of Igniters to Mr. Saurav Saga, sir, and I welcome him to present this webinar.
Thank you, team Igniters. Thank you all and welcome everyone whosoever has joined this webinar. So I would request everyone to be very engaged in this webinar because unless you engage yourself, you cannot learn anything. So my first question to everyone, how much you know about cloud? If you can speak out from your side.
Sir, your voice is not clear, sir.
Just is it better now?
Yes, sir.
Hopefully now it should be more better, I believe. All right. So how much you know about cloud, you people? How much you know about cloud? If you can, lead me through, or what do you mean by cloud? Any guys, any ideas?
Cloud is an on-demand process to compute storage and databases using this online-based services, sir.
All right. Okay. Fine. So let me just share my screen and let's get started with this everything. So this is me. Uh, I don't have any slide to show because I don't believe in slides. This is me. As mentioned, currently I'm working as a DevOps engineer and the cloud administrator at QB Worldwide. I hold multiple certifications from multiple vendors, AWS, GCP, and Microsoft. So if I say about cloud, if you have heard about some of things like the server, we used to have server on our on premises. Like we have an office. On our office, we have some sort of servers where we host some of the applications, and we used to access those applications using the say suppose there's some private URLs or private IPs. Using that, we can able to do so. If someone is from home, he wants to access any of the application on the back end, sometimes they cannot. Why? Because it is not accessible through the internet. So what time evolved, that the VPN has came out. You connect to VPN, then you can access these services of the whatever happening on our on premises server. Rather, after then so many years has come up, then cloud has come. The first initiator of the cloud is AWS, that is Amazon Web Services. So then what happened? Like it says that whatever application you have, you give it to me. I will host your application on my data center. I will give you a public IP address where you can access that application from your side, and that will be boom, and that will be coming to you. This is what is basically cloud. So I will just give you a rough brief about cloud. Okay. So see, cloud basically happens first of all, three things cloud happens. First is the public cloud, another is the private cloud, third is a hybrid cloud. Public cloud is nothing but what you see Azure, AWS, GCP, Oracle, IBM, Alibaba, so on. There's lot many cloud you will see. So these are what? These are the public cloud. Why public cloud? Because anyone can access these things. Second is called the private cloud. Private cloud is what? You have your own company, you have your own data center, and whenever you are holding a company, you will have a complete static broadband where you will get a static IP address. Which that IP address, you say this is my public IP address. You can access my application from this. So that person can come through the public IP address. So they don't have to go with any barrier. If you want to have some security, then you will create a VPN access for them. They can come into that. This is a private cloud. And hybrid is something like when the public cloud and the private cloud is mixed up. Say suppose my SQL server is on my on-premises server, and the application which is I'm trying to access, it is on the public cloud. So when two are connected simultaneously, this is called the hybrid cloud. I hope it is clear to everyone what public cloud is, private cloud is, and what hybrid cloud is, and how things works. If you guys have any question till now, please feel free to ask me. Alright. So I believe like you don't have any questions. So I'm moving forward on this particular chapter. What this is, basically we break cloud infrastructure in three ways. First is a infrastructure as a service. Second is a platform as a service. Or third is a software as a service. And the on-premises is like your company server. Whenever you are having a company server, you will have this. What this actually means, like these are the things what you will manage, and the orange one is managed by the cloud provider. On premises, we have to manage each and everything, but in cloud, we don't have to manage each and everything. For infrastructure as a service, what we manage, it's application, whatever application we are creating, the data, the user or we are uploading, that is the data. Runtime is like your Java, that is a JRE Java runtime environment. It might be Node.js, it might be our runtime. It might be suppose PHP, it is also a runtime. It might be .NET 8, .NET 7, it is again your runtime. What middleware is? Middleware is nothing but is like you can say how it is being communicated through the like operating system. So we can say middleware can be a like virtual host application like VMware can be a middleware. Then the operating system, it might be Windows, it might be Linux, anything. Then the virtualization is the thing where we actually virtualize our server, uh, by which we can like split multiples of server in a single server. Right, this is what the virtualization. Then the servers comes up, then the storage comes up, then the network comes up. So this four is not being managed by us. And what is infrastructure as a service, which is IaaS? Whenever we are creating a VM, suppose. So that is an infrastructure as a service example. So on VM, what we do, we create a VM, we choose the like what operating system we want to go with, we choose what data I want to put, and we choose what like runtime will be there, and what application I'm going to host. So this is on my hand. So that is why it is called the infrastructure as a service. Platform as a service, what? You have to manage the application and data other than that you cannot manage anything. It is being managed by the company or the like cloud provider. Say suppose in Azure there is a called web app is a something a service that you just say what application you want to run or what on which you want to run, like Node, Java, PHP, Python, what. So you just have to select that. Once you select that, you put the code over there and it will be running. Fine. And the software as a service is called the SaaS. Like one of the example from Azure, it is a Microsoft 365. Microsoft 365, nothing but your like Outlook, Excel, Word, PowerPoint, everything is under the software as a service, where you don't have to maintain anything. Everything is managed by the Microsoft itself. Like see, this is my OneDrive, right? This is my company OneDrive. So this is what happening. This is being managed by completely Microsoft. So this is under what? This is under a software as a service. So this is a very basic understanding of cloud. So till now, if you guys have any questions, so feel free to ask. Then we will move on to the DevOps part. All right, so let's get into the DevOps part. So I believe you guys know about DevOps, right? So if you have any knowledge on DevOps, so you can share with us what you know about DevOps. Please share your thoughts. What DevOps is. Any ideas? Make it like collaborative, man. Like if you guys are being silent, then how can we be a collaborative session? You have to speak, otherwise you cannot learn anything. All right. So fine. So basically, DevOps is nothing but a culture. DevOps is nothing but you can say it is a culture of automation. Before this, what was happening, even in my company also things is happened till now. Okay, like my developers works on a .NET project, they like copy the entire project in a folder, then they use the WinSCP as a FTP server, then they upload those things because we have some of the legacy server and there like no pipelines can be there, hence we have to do this was happening in the backend days. What will happen? You might have some errors. You might face some build issues. You might take some time for building. You might face some test issues. You might face some quality issues. So there might be some different issues might come up. So what DevOps is? DevOps is that you have to create a single pipeline where everything will come up. Like when you are pushing some code to the repository, the code is being scanned, whether it has any vulnerability or not. Then it will be go on a build session. It will go on a build. During the build session, they will have some checks using, say, suppose SonarQube is one of the application where we can have some test that your code have some bugs or not, your code have some small issue or not. Anything like comes up, it will go on a check. If everything pass up, then it will go to the approval site. Yes, the like software has no problem. Can we go for the build? Yes, you can go for the build. Then it will go for the build. After that, it will go for a test. After the build happens, the tester will say, okay, everything looks perfect. Now you can go for the next stage. Once it is done, it will be going to the dev server or the we say the staging server. Then staging after like once it comes to the staging server, again developer test, checks everything working fine or not. If everything works fine, then it again goes to UAT server. On the UAT again, like such certain approvals comes up, and after that again some test happens. If everything runs good, then it goes to the public server or the production server, you can say. This is what the entire thing happens on a single pipeline or multiple pipelines or multiple stages. This is what DevOps is in very basic, I could say. Fine. For Azure DevOps, it offers these 6 things: the Azure board, pipeline, Azure repo, GitHub security, Azure test plan, and the Azure artifact. Azure board is nothing but your board where you manage your tasks. Whatever task you have been assigned, whatever sprint you have been assigned, it is being displayed there. Azure pipeline is nothing but your CI/CD pipeline where you manage your pipelines. Azure repo is nothing but your GitHub-like things where you can upload all of your codes. You can collaborate with your developers, your team. This is what the Azure repo. GitHub Advanced Security is a paid service which will scan your entire repository and it will give you the artifacts that what bugs are there, if there is any like vulnerabilities are there, it will scan for you and it will give you entire thing. Then the Azure test plan, like when the tester comes up, so they will come up with some test cases. They will have some test cases on this Azure test plan and they will run it. And then the Azure artifact, when you want to have some all the artifacts in a single repository, So you can use this Azure artifact. Fine. This is the overview. So till now, anyone has any questions? So feel free to ask me. Fine. So if you want to like create any account for the Azure DevOps, so obviously you can start free. It is a free service, but before you have the start free options, you must have a Azure portal access with you so that you can access, because other than that you cannot access. So obviously you have to create a trial account of Azure, then come up with this Azure DevOps and click on start free, and you will land with this. Okay. So the first time when you land, you have to create an organization. Since I have created my organization name, it's take okay. So I created this organization. So after that, what you have to do, you have to create a new project. So once you click on the new project, you have to give a project name, and the public will not be enabled for you. Only the private will be enabled for you. So you have to create a private, and under advanced, you will have an option for the Git. So Git, there was also option for the TFS. It is now removed. Then this is something different is coming up. The Agile CMMI Basic and the Scrum. It is something basically about the Azure board. Whenever you are going for the managing for the Azure board, it is something for that. Some company manages the CMMI, some companies manages the Agile, some company manages the Scrum. It depends company to company what process they want to maintain. Say suppose I'm creating the Scrum for now, and I'm creating a test project, suppose. Fine. So let's create it. So this is a new project has been created for me. What I will get first, this summary, whatever summary I have to get. So here you can get the dashboard where you can have some widgets, like if you have some pipeline widgets, you can have some widgets for your knowledge base, anything. Like here you can see all the widgets are there. So you can add those widgets. So this is for whom? This is for the project managers. They want to have a like complete understanding or how much like work has been progressed, which is like where the developers are stuck, on what sprint they are on stuck. So they will take a look on that. Wiki is nothing but your knowledge base. Say suppose I have like made a troubleshooting which was very unique, and like my team never know about the solution. So what I will do, I will come to wiki, I will like create a knowledge base for that, and I will write whatever I did and whatever the solution is there. So I will write it here. This is for the wiki. Then comes the board. Board is nothing where you can write all the work items you want. So if you click on here, so you have the different types of work items. Like bug is nothing but your like any issues that basically tester will give you if there is any bug. Then the epic is a basically you can say a subject, what subject we want to work upon. Say suppose my subject is like we want to create homepage is our subject. Under homepage there is some subsections, right? Like the testimonial, you can say the footer page, the navigation page, so navigation bar, footer bar, then the body. Under the body there is some like what is a hero section, something like. All this is what we will say it is a feature. We don't use these things. Then task. Say suppose I want to give you some task, like you made these changes, there's some changes is required, I can give you the task. And test cases is being managed by the testers. Fine. Then comes the boards. Whatever you write on work items, you can manage it in a board thing. Fine. The backlogs, again, like that will be coming under like in a, you can the serial way, you can see all the backlogs over here. Then comes the sprint. What is sprint? Say suppose I am giving you a project to create a static website of my company. and I want to have like three pages, like home page, contact us page, and the about us page. I will ask you when you can deliver. What DevOps is a continuous integration, that the continuous development, and you will get a continuous result, whatever is happening. Fine. So I will not say that you come up with a waterfall thing, right? Waterfall is what, like you have to build the entire project and you will come up with a result. No, this is not going to come up with a DevOps. On DevOps, what we manage, say suppose we want to create a home page, but we will have a target that like this is what 15th August. On 30th of August, we will be creating the home page. So this will be our sprint one. On sprint one, what is our target? We want to create the home page. What are the state like things we will do? We will include all the work items on the sprint one. What will be our sprint two? From 1st September to 15th of the September will be our sprint two. On sprint two, what we will do? We will create the contact us page, such that we can deliver the step by step or the stages by stages to our client, so that the client will be on a like on a continuous development phase. If there is an issue, he will come back with us and we will raise that again to the development team. We will again like come up with the resolution and again it will be deployed. This whole circle is a DevOps. Fine. Queries is nothing but whenever you have created some of the like task, you want to find that task, so you can have some query and you can have your like when this has been changed, when like what work attempt type it is. So you can have your query and you will find the all the things. Perfect. Then the delivery plan. Delivery plan is nothing but how you are going to deliver the things. What will be your plans? How like who will be there? How much resource will be allocated? Everything will be here. And analytical views is nothing but you will get again a dashboard, like how things are going on. Till now on boards, do you have any questions? Feel free to ask. Then we will move on to the repository. Okay, fine. I believe again like nobody has any question for me. So repository is nothing but you. Most of the people might have know about the GitHub. So it is, you can say it is your GitHub, but it is a private GitHub, which is like Azure repo. We say what we do here, we can upload all the codes with the help of Git. Git is a software. With that help of this software, we can upload all our codes over here. We have some different things like the branch is there. We have repositories are there. Using these terms, we upload all our codes over here. Fine. This is what the like repository is all about in a very short. Commits mean whenever you are saving something, you are uploading something on here, all the histories being maintained on this commit. Fine. The push, the time you are pushing over here, it's coming here. You will find all the push history over here. Branches, the branches you create will be coming to here. If you have any tags, you can have it here. Pull request is something like you can say it's the approval mechanism or the merging mechanism. So if you guys know about Git, then it will be very easy to you to understand. Otherwise, it will be a little hard. I will try to make it very crisp. Pull request is something. Say suppose X person is developing something and Y person is developing something, but they are in the same project. So X person has developed something and he has uploaded those things to X branch. Y person has developed something, he has uploaded to Y branch. Now the project manager says, okay, you have done your job. Yes, sir, I have done my job. Now let's merge all of your code together. What X person will do, that there is a main branch suppose. So X person will raise a pull request to main branch that I want to add all my code to your main branch, or you can say I want to append whatever things I have created, I want to append to main branch. I will create a pull request there. Then My manager will approve if there is an approval mechanism is there, and once it is approved, my code will be appended to that particular repository. Again, Y person has come again. He has said that I want to also like append my sum of codes to main branch. He will also create a pull request. Again, that will come to the project manager's approval. He will approve that, and then like final code will be there on the main branch. This is what in short the pull request. Advanced security is a paid thing. Advanced security is basically will run on your project, run on your like repository. It will find some vulnerabilities on your code. If there is any vulnerabilities on your code, so it will show to you whatever vulnerabilities are there. Fine. Then comes the pipeline. Pipeline is nothing but your CI/CD pipeline. Fine. We will like come up all those things. I'm just coming with the like overview. Then the environment, if you want to create some environment like this staging environment, the production environment, the UAT environments you can create over here. Release is nothing but when you want to release something from your pipeline. So this is what the release, like delivering to the services where you want to deploy your code. Library, if you have any some variables, if you have some like .env file like where your secrets are there, so you can upload those secret files over here for securing the things. Task group, if you want to manage all the tasks in a something like in a manner, so you can create a task. Deployment group is basically happens when you have a you want to create a CI/CD pipeline, but you want to deliver the code or the build file to your on-premises server, or you have a Azure VM, you want to deploy that things to Azure VM. Then the deployment group comes up. Fine. And the test plan is a paid thing. You can have a 30 days trial for the paid, this test plan. So from here, I believe you can see you can have a try, okay, for this test plan. So it is a for the tester thing. I will not go into this. And the artifact is a repository where you can create a feed and all the artifacts will be coming over here. So we will now come with a fresh thing. We will go with a project. We will create a pipeline and we will like deploy those things and we will see how things happens. So before that, I want to ask you if you have any queries, feel free to ask, because I believe like I'm going little fast probably, or some of the things you might not know or might not aware. So if you feel anything challenging, so feel free to ask. I will try to break it down so that you can understand these things very clearly. So guys, please speak up if you have any queries. It's your stage. It's not my stage. It's your stage because you are here to learn something. So if you are here to learn something, you can ask me if you have doubt. Fine. So again, I'm thinking that you guys don't have any doubt. So fine, let's get started with some code. So what we will do, we will clone this repository. Fine. So if you are knowing about the what it says the Git, so it will be very perfect. So cloning the repository, we must have Git installed on our system. So since I have Git installed in my system, so if you don't, you can go to Git download. You can say, and you can download the Git from here. You can download from this Windows and you can download on your system, and Git will be installed on your system. Fine. So I will go to my suppose D drive. I will go to projects. I will like create a test project folder. Under this, I will create a clone. So I have open my CLI. I would type create clone, the URL which I have copied. I will press enter. So it has not asked me any authentication. Why? Because I have already signed in to my user ID and password, hence it has not asked me anything. Fine. So I will go to the test project. Here you can see the test project is there. And here you can find a .git file where all the repository history, your commit history, everything will be there. Fine, perfect. And now we are going to what is this? Demonstrate you a node project, very simple node project. So for that, I have already installed a Node.js. Again, like you can install this on your system. If you go to Node, download, you can download the Node on your system. Fine. So you can choose this 20 version. So it's the latest one. You can go with this thing. So once it is done, you have to like type, sorry, just type create. Let me just get the command. Create React app. You can open this website and you just copy this. Npx create React app. Fine. And what will be your app name? Say suppose like I'm giving it like test hyphen project. Fine. I will just press enter. So now our React app is being created on my system. So let's wait and let it create. It might take some time, so you have to wait, and don't worry, it will definitely give you the result once it is created. In the time, what we can do, uh, we can create a web application where we want to host this file. Fine. So I will go to the Azure. This is my Azure account. You can search app services on here. App services. Fine. So this is a PaaS service. Platform as a service. So you click on there, click on create, click on web app. So here I will choose a my resource group, give a name. So suppose test React app. So it's giving me some different URL. Let's take it, and it will be code. If you have container, like if you have any Docker image, you will choose container. If you have a static web application, so you will choose this. I have a code, so I will choose this. Then I will choose the node. I will choose, say suppose node 18 LTS, no issues. Let's take a little back. Then I will choose the central India for better, you can say, the better latency. I will create a new plan. ASP is the Azure service plan, and I will create a B1 plan. I have given a name. Now you have to choose what will be your charges. So I will be choosing this paid one, the B1 plan. Fine. Then go to the database. Since I don't need any database, so I will not go with database. Currently, I'm not going with the GitHub things, so I will not enable this. So I will just disable it and go to the next. Networking, again, I no need to change anything because I need a public access, and the enable network injection. For now, no, I don't need anything for now. Okay. Since this is a completely a test application, so I don't want any application insights, and I don't need any security for now. So I will just review and create my web application for me. So let it create. I hope this is also being done. Now it says that cd Test project done. Now it says the npm start and hit enter. So your projects will be running on your browser. Let's see. So here it is running up. So this is what your React application is running on your app system. Correct. So let's try to change something out here. So here says that the app.js have to load or something. Learn React. So let's see. Learn Azure DevOps. Let's refresh. So it says learn Azure DevOps. So we have just customized this, and we will try to deploy this application to Azure. Fine. So our this things is done. We don't want to go anything. This is done. Fine. Perfect. Now what we have done, let me close all these things. We will open up the terminal. We will check git status. What is our git status? It says that there is no commit. There is nothing is there. Perfect. Okay. So we will also check git remote -v. What is our destination where we want to put our code? So it says the destination is a test project where we want to put our code. So I will run a git add full stop. To add all those things, I will run the git status. Here all the files has been uploaded. I will git commit -m. I want to give a message. The initial commit for React application. So the commit has been done. Let's clear it up. Now what I will do, git push. So let me just show you this remote -v. So what is the name? The name is origin. Correct? Fine. So when we type get fetch -all, so it has fetched all the things from my remote repository. Now if I type git branch, what I see, I am on a master branch. Oh. On this, what is our branch name? Can I see any branch name over here? No, it says you don't have any branch. Even if I go over here, so it says no branches there. Why? Because I have not created anything. So what I will do, git push only. Once I click on the git push, it will just push all my thing, and it has created a new branch called the master. Let's refresh. Yes, it has come up, and it says the test project has come up. Okay, so test project has come up, but we don't want to test project. I believe, let me just check. But it's come, it's test project. Let me just delete this because this is not to be happened. Now it is empty. Here, git add full stop, git commit -m, initial commit, git status. Perfect. So ls, now we have this file. Perfect. So git push origin master. This is git pull. Okay, git push origin master. Everything is uploaded. Okay. Okay, everything has been deleted now. So let me just recreate this. I believe there was some issue, so that's why the test project folder has came up. I believe we have to reclose. Okay, understood. Fine. What I have to do, I have understood. Just give me a while. And in the time, let me check this thing. Okay, it is like created. Let me open the link. Let me close all these links. So let me get here. Perfect. Till here, any doubt, anyone? So you can ask. Or our session might extend for like 10 or 15 minutes extra, since it will take some time to build everything. Might take. I will try to wrap up within 8 p.m. So let's see.
Sir, sorry to interrupt, sir.
Sure, 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 sure.
Sir, the students have asked their doubts in the chat box, sir. So,
Okay, okay, sorry, I didn't check that. Let me just go to the chat board. Okay. Sir, can you explain CI/CD pipeline in repository once again? Can you explain clearly about CI/CD pipeline? Okay. So let's get into first CI/CD pipeline. CI/CD pipeline is nothing but CI is the full form of this continuous integration, fine, and CD is says the continuous deployment. Continuous integration, you can say the time when you are compiling your software. Like most of the people is come up with C++, right? What we do, we write the like entire code hash include studio.h, conio.h, after that like printf hello world. What we do, we click on the run and build. Once it is like build up, then .exe files comes up, and then we run those things. The time when you click on the run slash build, or you can say the build, so what it does, it compiles the entire software, whatever you have write, it will be coming to the machine code, right? What it says in the programming language. This is what the CI. CI will just build your entire software. It will not deploy anything to anywhere. It will just keep the entire build on its own server. It will not give you. CD is will give you the package or the artifact which you have received on the CI after your CI. Fine. So, like after your CI, what CI comes up, the CD will deploy the artifact to your server, whatever you have defined. This is what the CD. So I will like come up the CI/CD on this chapter right now, where you will get the practical understanding how CI and CD like works, and this is all. And repository is nothing but where you keep your like applications code. Repository is nothing but you can say is a great example of GitHub, where you can upload all the data. Like it can be anything. It can be a movie, it can be your images, it can be anything. Fine. So this is what the like what is this the repositories. Fine. Like you can say Google Drive is can be one of your repository. So moving ahead, let me just check. Okay, it says the CD test project. Yeah, done. So let me just cut all these things. Let me delete this. Fine, just delete it. Let me go back. It status. hyphen z. So I will cut it and paste it here. So let me check it in test project. Test project. Okay. So I will done npm npm I is npm install. Why we do so? To install all its dependencies files. Fine. So it will be installed over here. After that, npm start. We just recheck things fine on it is working fine. We will change this learn push this code here git add status to check. Yes, git commit -m initial commit git push. So it is pushed to my repository. So let's refresh. Again, this folder has come up. I don't know why it is coming. Okay, fine. So it is as this has come. So this is like your repository looks like. Now what we will do? We will create a pipeline. We will go to the pipeline, create pipeline, then the Azure repo, and this is my sorry. We'll go again very slow. Create pipeline. We have the options like where is your code. So since our code is in your Azure repo, so we will choose this. What is your repository name? So this is my repository name which I have given. So I will choose this. So it automatically has detected what my code is all about. So my code is all about Node.js. So I will select my Node.js. So see, one YAML file has been created for me. What it says, if you like try to understand, trigger, where will be your trigger? Trigger means what is your branch name? So my branch name is master. So from where my like trigger will happen? From master it will happen the trigger. Perfect. What is the pool? Pool mean on which like my server should CI should work on. So I said this should be Ubuntu. Perfect. What task I want to go with? So you have an option for the settings. If you want to change anything, so here you can change the things. So here it is saying that 10, node 10. So I want to use node 18. So I will click on node 18. And the X is, it is a completely a variable thing like node 18.12, whatever it wants, it will go and choose this. So I will click on add. So it has been changed. Now it says that npm install. Why npm install? Because npm install to install the node modules, whatever node modules it requires. Say suppose on this package.json, here the node modules has been written up. The dependencies, if you see the dependencies, it will install these are the node modules is going to install. These are the add-ons is going to install. Fine. So this is for the node modules. Perfect. Then what it will do? It will build. It will like compile entire thing. Once it is built up, so one folder will create that is called the build, and then it will save those things. But here, have you created any folder? No, we don't have any folder. So for that, what we will do? We will create like give some enter, then come here. If you can't see this, you have to go with the option show assistant. Here you write publish build artifact. Choose this option. Fine. It will copy entire build thing to a path, and we want to copy those paths to build. Why build? Because it is a very common architecture of a node. Hence, we want to create a folder called build, and here I want to put all those things. So I have created this build folder. The artifact name, whatever name you want to give. So I want to create drop for now. I don't want to change anything. Where I want to publish my artifact. So I want to publish my artifact to Azure pipeline only, not in any file share. Fine. So if you have any limitation on any artifact, so you want to give. So if you want to give, so you can give. If there is nothing, so since it is a test, so I don't want to go with anything. So I will just click on add. Now my YAML has been created. So what is my YAML about? When there is any change on my master branch, then my my CI will be triggered. When the trigger will happen, it will install the node. After that, what will be the version? The version will be 18.x. It will install the node. Once the node has been installed, it will run the npm install script. After that, it will run the npm run build script. If you go here, so you can see the build script is here. Under the build, what will happen? The React scripts build will trigger. Perfect. Once the build has done, it will generate some artifact. The artifacts will be created on under this folder, that is the build. This is what CI or the continuous integration. So I will click on save and run. I will click on save and run, and let's see whether our CI runs perfect or not. Here you can see it is going to start. So it is the CI pipeline is now running up. Let's see if we get any some error or not. Okay, we got a error. I thought I will get a error. Yes, because the path is like something is there. Because I was little confused because this test project has come up with. Let me just check. Git pull. Yes. I believe cut this to here. I will just delete all this. Pull. Everything is accurate. Git add full stop. Git commit -n changed. Git push. So my push has been done. Let's see. Now it is perfect. So I will go to pipeline. I will go to this pipeline again. I will click on edit. Let's create a fresh pipeline there. It got deleted. No pipeline. Azure report, test project, Node.js. We will change it to 18. Show assistant, publish artifacts. We want to make it build and add 7. I just check if there is any question for me. Alright, so there's no question. So if you have any questions, so feel free to ask me. And my LinkedIn ID has been given to you. So my LinkedIn is open to all. You can message me. If you are not connected, you can connect with me. If you are not connected, you can also drop me message at any time. No worries. Even I'm on the group as well, the group you are on. So you can ask your questions at any time if you face any such queries or anything. So I will try my best to like resolve that query. So it's building. Let's see. So in here we've had a like error, right? Because the code he was not able to like repository was not able to find the code. So now the repository has find the code, hence it has built. Fine. So it has generated an artifact. Artifact is what? Is your after compiled whatever things has happened. This is the artifact. This is what we done. We have done the CI thing. Correct. Now what we will do? We will create a CD thing, that is a release pipeline. Here I have already created a like web application for you, and you can see our basic web page is being hosted by the Microsoft. We will create a release pipeline. Here it is showing the Azure application deployment. Yes, I will choose this. I will click apply, and I will just close this. Where is our artifact? Our artifact is in our what is this? The pipeline. So this is our project. I want to choose this pipeline, and it has already find the things. I will click on add. Here in the stage, it says what is the stage name you want to give. So I will just not give any stage name. I will choose my subscription. This is my subscription. It is saying that you have to authorize. If you see this authorize message, make it sure that you are user access administrator or owner of your subscription on Azure. Otherwise, you cannot go with this. Since I am a owner on my subscription, hence I can do this. If you are in a company and you are a contributor role, if you have some contributor role, then you cannot do this. Make it sure. Fine. So to authorize, you must be user access administrator or you will be owner. Otherwise, you cannot do this. Since I am hosted on Linux, I will choose on Linux. I will choose my web application name. This is the test. Okay, I have just created the test React app, I believe. Yeah, test React app. So test React app. Test React app. Okay. So what will be your startup command? For Azure, I will not give any startup command for now because I want to show you something. So here you have to click on the deploy these things and the package. Where is your data? So click on this 3 dot, choose this. Under this drop, these all are your data. Perfect. So I will choose the drop folder only. Why? Because the index.html will be serving my data. Hence I will choose the drop folder. So I will just click on drop folder. I will choose nothing. I will just click on save, and let's click on save. Create a release and click on the stage 1 and create. This is what we are creating, a CD pipeline. Okay, your CD pipeline has been created. Now click on deploy and click on deploy. Now your code will be deploying to Azure web application on here. If you go to this log stream, you can see if the things are being copied, you can see all the logs over here. So let's see first logs on here, if we get any error or not. Okay, it is downloading the artifacts. See, it has downloaded all the artifacts. Now it got the service connection to my Azure, to the test application app as well, and it is like unzipping whatever I have on my zip file. So here, like, it got a something deploy async command. See, it got something, it has just copied all the files, right? What we have done, and it is says the finish successfully. Perfect. And it's saying that your deployment has been done. Like, this is what the CD piping. My CI has been deployed successfully, CD is deployed successfully, and it says that everything is on your port. Now if I refresh, nothing happened. Why? Since my code has been already deployed. But Azure has a catch. If you are deploying anything for node application, you have to do some changes. What changes you have to do? You have to come to the Azure web application. On the configuration, you have to write pm2 serve, then home/site/www root. It is the like path where it has like saved all your data. Perfect. Then /no daemon. Why no daemon? No daemon mean if there is any logs has to come up, then I can see on the log stream. Otherwise, it will not show me any logs. Then /spa. Why SPA? Because it is a single page application. We don't have any like dynamic application. It is a static web application. Hence, it is a SPA. So I will just click on all these things. I will click on save and continue. Once the save has been done, I will just copy paste this code for you on the chat, because it has given me lot many pain. So for you, I'm just made it very simple for you guys. Go to the overview, try to refresh the page again. If nothing happens, just restart the web application. That's it. And here you can see the like your CI and CD has been done, and we will just come up here and we will restart our application. So it's restarted. We will go to the log stream and let's see if it is started or not. And in the time, we can just refresh this page once again. Oh, it's working, right? So my CI/CD has been done. But do you think that people learn on this website? Like, do you think like people will come up with this website? No, people will not come up. People want something, a website, right? Like xyz.com. So let's come up with that as well. So I have my own domain, that is takeok.in is my domain. So I will try to deploy that thing on my domain. So let's come up. Add a record. So CNAME record will be there. Test. You can say like let's say CI/CD. No, CI/CD, and the pointing will be this, right? And let's click on save. Since this is my custom domain, so I will have to authorize my custom domain from here, right? What it says, for the custom domain verification, you have to add this txt record. So first you have to go to this add app this all other domain, because I don't want to go with app service domain. and the certificate will be managed by Azure only, and this is will be SNI SSL, so I don't want to go with anything. What will be my domain? So cicd.takeok.in is my domain. Okay. So here it says that create a CI/CD host and give this value. Let's copy this value and paste it here. This is the CI/CD value. CI/CD is the host name. Try to save it. Let's see. It's saved. Perfect. Then it says that you have to add a txt value. Copy this, add a record, txt, give this name, and this will be the value. Copy this. Then save it. Let's save it. Yes, it is been saved. But to propagate these things, it might take some time. Let's try to validate. Oh, it took very less than time. Perfect. So let's add it. So my custom domain has been added. That means if I go to cicd.takeok.in, so my this application should come up. Let's see. And it gives me some error. No worries. It's opening. So error will not come up. So let's this binding happens. At binding, okay. SSL binding has been done. So let's try in incognito. So can you see the connection is secure? So you guys try on your own, and this is all our like voices. The complete end-to-end thing has happened. Okay, so is there job opportunities in DevOps for freshers? Yes, obviously there is a job opportunities for freshers, but I will suggest like you have to have some projects in your hand first. You have to have good CV on your hand, and you have to have your knowledge in your hand. Fine. To test your CV, like if you have like created your CV, I will suggest some of the things. Go to Naukri, resume, score. Fine. Come here, upload your CV from browse. Let me upload my CV. This is my CV. I'm uploading. If it give you this much of results, like your CV is going to the excellent or higher side, so the more it goes here, the more your chances of getting a good opportunities from the calls from the HR teams. Fine. So it says that you are among top 1%. Correct. So you can create such that CV that like ATS should be supported. If you want to create your CV, I would definitely suggest resumeworded.com. Go to this website, resumeworded.com. Again, I'm putting this URL on this chat. Come here, get started for free. Say, suppose I want to create with this email ID. I want to resume my score. Go. What is your entry level or mid level? Since I'm on a mid level, I will choose mid level. Upload your CV. So let's upload my CV. It's going to scan your CV. It's going to give you some of the things like if you face any errors or something where you want to improve, what improvement you need. So it will give you. Fine. So go to my report. It says that there is a problem in my impact. Okay, let's get what it says, quantify the impacts. So here what I have says that in charge of creating new process and improving this, it says that you have to give some numbers. Then you will get the things. It says the reputation, there is no reputations. If there is any reputation in your CV, so it will give you some errors. So since it is a free, I will give you a trick. you can upload maximum 5 or 10 times in a day on your account. What you can go to temp email, and you will get temporary email. Create different account on here with this temp email ID. You will get a temp email over here. See, this the temp email has been generated for you. Whatever emails will come, it will come up here. Fine. And upload your CV multiples of time and correct it unless the score comes approximately 70 to 80. Once your score comes to 70 to 80, then definitely you are good to go. Fine. And you will definitely land up with some calls. Once the call's on your hand, it's now your opportunity. It's your stage to crack it. Fine. This is what I would suggest. And if you want to my CV, so I will share my CV with you for like you can use my CV as a template. And if you need any help, so get back to my LinkedIn. I will definitely try to help you as much as possible. So if you guys have any questions, so feel free to ask. Otherwise, we can wrap up over here. All right, then I believe like no one has any questions, so we are good to wrap up over here. So team, it is handed over to you. So it is good to close with your message.
Sir, thank you for
Sir, thank
joining
you
our
for
session.
joining our session.